If you're in the mind frame of, I feel motivated, therefore I take action, or I don't feel motivated, therefore I don't take action, there's almost no chance that you're going to succeed in the long run at any decent sized goal that you've set for yourself, whether it's fitness related or non-fitness related. What's up guys, Sean Nalawani, RealScienceAthletics.com, and in this video today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 important mindset shifts to adopt that will hugely increase your chances for success with your muscle building program over the long term. A lot of people out there tend to focus mainly on the mechanical side of things in terms of proper training and nutrition, but remember that your ability to actually implement those things on a consistent basis, that highly depends on being in the right frame of mind to begin with. Your overall attitude and the way that you're viewing and perceiving things throughout your fitness journey, that can very easily make the difference between success and failure. And so I want to share a few things here that I think you'll find really helpful, things that I've learned along the way and that I found really helpful over the years myself. And if you want to be able to take these mindset tips and pair them up with an actual structured step-by-step program so that you know exactly what to do in terms of training and nutrition to achieve your goal physique in the most efficient way, whether your goal is to build muscle or lose fat, make sure to head over to seannal.com/custom. I'll link it up here and in the description box below. Just fill out the form on that page and I'll personally compile a customized training, nutrition, and supplementation plan for you based on your current condition, body stats, activity level, and goals. It's 100% free. I can only do a limited number of programs per day. So if you want to grab a custom fitness plan for me, then make sure to check that out. So diving into the 5 mindset tips now. Tip number 1 is to keep in mind that every single fit person out there was once a complete beginner too. Okay, everybody started somewhere. It might be easy to just look at the polished, sort of finished product of someone who's already put in the time and effort to build an impressive physique, and then to put that person up on a pedestal and think it's this huge lofty goal only reserved for a select few. But keep in mind that every single one of those people all started out as a complete beginner at one time. They don't have any magical special qualities that you don't also have. A lot of them were really skinny or overweight to begin with, which is what actually motivated them to get into fitness in the first place. But they had a vision, they had a goal, they followed a process, and they got a result. So follow the same process and you'll get the same result. It's really that simple. Of course, genetics come into play. Okay, there's no question about that. I've talked about that many times before, but virtually anybody out there can build an impressive physique if they just commit to a proper program and they follow through on it. I mean, speaking for myself, I remember when I first started working out, I was naturally skinny, I was insecure about it, and I knew absolutely nothing about lifting. It was this whole foreign world to me. I didn't know what a compound exercise was. I had zero concept of calories or macronutrients. I didn't know what whey protein or creatine was. I remember printing off these little exercise tutorials and being down in the basement with my plastic weight set from Walmart trying to follow the instructions. And I even remember my older brother's friends coming over and actually making fun of me for even trying. And now here I am as a fitness coach making YouTube videos and teaching other people how to get in shape. So again, don't pedestalize anyone. The people that you see at the gym who are in great shape are literally just you in the future if you just put in the work. And this mindset shift is very important because aside from just having the basic desire to achieve something in the first place, one of the main things that's going to really push you into action and cause you to commit is when you already know in advance that you're going to succeed. It's when you see that possibility as 100% real and you know, not think, but you know with absolute certainty that if you just follow the process, that you will get what it is that you're after. And remembering that everybody out there who's in great shape now was also once a beginner too, that's going to help you see that end goal as being much more realistic and much more attainable for you. All right, mindset shift number 2 is to recognize the long-term ROI that fitness provides. It's really easy to just think short-term and focus on the immediate gain that you're going to get once you commit to your program. But a very important thing to keep in mind is that by just putting in the work in the beginning stages and building up the proper training and nutrition habits, you're actually setting yourself up for an entire lifetime of benefits. This isn't just something that you're going to be doing for the next 6 months or the next 2 years. This is a lifelong game that will benefit you 10, 20, 60 years or more down the line, and in a wide variety of ways. Okay, not just aesthetically in terms of how you look, but also just in terms of overall health, strength, energy, mindset. And I would say that on average, probably something like 1 to 2 years is all it takes to really get a solid handle on things, to where your workouts have just become a completely normal part of your weekly routine, where nutrition is mostly automatic and not something you have to really think too much about, and to where you've built a solid muscular foundation and have achieved a fairly impressive physique that you're proud of. of. And 1 to 2 years is really not a long time when you fit that into the overall scope of your life. So if you're still new at this and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed at the start with all the new information you're trying to absorb, which is totally normal, just remember that fitness is a skill just like anything else. Okay, it's normal to go through an initial grind period where things seem unfamiliar and maybe a bit frustrating, but as you learn it and as you slowly integrate it into your life over the longer term, it just gets easier and easier and more automatic. And the effort that you're putting in right now to adopt these new habits is not just going to serve you in the short term, but it's literally going to benefit you for the rest of your life. So keeping that long-term ROI in mind will help to motivate you through the initial stages when things naturally feel more challenging, because it'll help you to see the bigger picture reward that's involved. Tip number 3 is to adopt a slow and steady frame of mind. You know, so many people out there approach their muscle building goals with a speed mindset, and they're always trying to rush things and force the process to happen as quickly as possible. And with all the quick fix information out there nowadays, I can't really blame people for falling into this sort of mindset, especially beginners. But the reality is that trying to build muscle fast is actually one of the biggest mindset mistakes you can make, and it actually increases the chances that you'll end up making certain mistakes in your approach that are going to slow down your progress in the long term, or even throw your entire plan off track altogether. It could cause you to overeat and take in too many calories, thinking that this is going to speed up your rate of growth, when in reality all that's going to do is lead to excessive body fat gains. It could cause you to become impatient in the gym and start adding weight to your exercises too quickly, which is going to hugely increase your risk for injury and force you to spend more time on the sidelines recovering, or possibly even lead to permanent joint issues moving forward. And it can also cause you to become impatient because you just have unrealistic expectations when it comes to muscle growth rates for a natural lifter, which then leads to discouragement and a loss of motivation. So it's very important to understand and to acknowledge right from the outset, okay, before you even get started, that building muscle to a significant degree is a game of months and years, not days and weeks. So stop checking the mirror every 2 hours, expecting to see huge gains in a matter of days. Anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds of total weight gain per month is what a beginner to intermediate lifter should realistically expect in the first couple of years. So slow down, take your time, and focus on quality training and nutrition. A moderate calorie surplus, gradual progression in the gym, slow and steady weight gain from month to month. Stay patient and then let those small wins stack up over time. Nothing major is going to happen between any 2 individual weeks, but when you extrapolate it over the long term, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, that's when you'll really start seeing significant gains. In the big picture, taking a slower approach is actually the fastest way to gain muscle, as counterintuitive as that might seem. All right, tip number 4 is to focus on consistency rather than perfection. So if you're getting started with your muscle building program and you're expecting full-on perfection from yourself, and you think that the entire process is just going to be clean and smooth sailing all the way through, and you're going to get from A to Z in a straight linear fashion, then it's very important that you forget about that, because that's just not how the process works in the real world. It's going to be messy at times, and if you're expecting to not experience any setbacks or bumps in the road, then when those things do happen, you're going to be way more likely to get discouraged by them and have a much harder time getting back on track. There are going to be times where your diet goes off course, whether it's for 1 day or a week or even an entire month. You're probably going to have ebbs and flows in terms of your motivation, and sometimes lose excitement over the process and question it and not feel like going to the gym or sticking to your nutrition. You're going to have little pains and injuries that'll probably come up along the way. You'll have issues with your work or your social life that distract you from your fitness goals. All of these things are totally normal, and they happen to everyone from time to time. So if you truly want to succeed at this, then you have to acknowledge up front that there are going to be challenges involved and that you are going to struggle here and there. And when you're able to fully accept that going in, then those challenges will be a lot easier to overcome, because you'll understand that those struggles, they don't mean that you've gone off course, but instead the struggles are actually part of the overall course itself. This is not going to be a straight line from where you are now all the way to where you want to be. Okay, it's going to be a series of ups and downs, and the most important thing is just that the general trend is moving in the right direction. You might have days or weeks or even entire months or even several months in a row where things don't go the way you expected. But if in the big picture you're gradually moving closer to your goal, then you will get there eventually, given enough time, as long as you don't quit. And the fact that you simply reach your goal, period, that's far more important than the specific time frame that it takes to get there. And lastly on the list, we have mindset tip number 5, which is to stop relying on motivation. You've probably heard this before, but motivation comes and goes. It's fleeting, it's unreliable. And if you're in the mind frame of, I feel motivated, therefore I take action, or I don't feel motivated, therefore I don't take action, there's almost no chance that you're going to succeed in the long run at any decent sized goal that you've set for yourself, whether it's fitness related or non-fitness related. So unless you truly have a legitimate reason to postpone or skip a training session, you need to be able to just go ahead and execute on it, even if you don't really want to on a given day. Yes, skipping one workout is not going to have any real negative effect on your actual body composition because it takes 2 weeks off or more to start actually losing lean mass, but it's more so just about making sure that you maintain overall consistency and momentum with your program. Skip one workout because you don't feel like it, and then it becomes much easier to skip the next one and the next one and to just keep spiraling downwards. And it also gives you justification to let your diet go off track, and that's going to have its own compounding effect as well. Keep in mind that a huge percentage of muscle building and fat loss success is about building up daily systems and habits until they more or less become automatic. Going to the gym should basically feel like brushing your teeth or showering. It's not something that you really think too much about or consider skipping, but it's just something that you do because it's part of your normal routine. If you're still a beginning lifter or you're coming back after an extended layoff, then it will require discipline and willpower in those initial stages to build up those habits, and you probably will have to just grind through and push through and force yourself sometimes even when you don't feel the motivation at all to do it. But as you push through each time and you just take action regardless of how you feel, you'll notice that it slowly becomes easier and easier and less willpower is required because it's become a standard routine that your brain expects and that you're actually getting rewards from. And eventually the opposite will probably happen, and that's where you'll actually start looking forward to the gym and looking forward to maintaining your healthy eating habits as well. You'll actually want to do these things because your brain is starting to perceive them as a positive rather than as a negative, both in terms of how the consistent training and nutrition is making you feel and also from the concrete external results that you're getting from it. So get a proper plan in place, execute on it no matter how motivated or unmotivated you might feel, and know that over time, motivation itself becomes less and less of a factor to begin with because training and nutrition are ingrained habits that you'll just start doing automatically. So thanks for watching, guys. If you found these 5 mindset tips helpful and you want to support the channel while maximizing the effectiveness of your fitness program at the same time, then make sure to check out my sports nutrition line, RealScience Athletics, which, unlike most of the poorly formulated junk out there in the industry nowadays, offers 100% evidence-based supplements you can trust to optimize your muscle building and fat burning results. Just head over to RealScienceAthletics.com and you can use coupon code YouTube15 to save 15% off your entire first order. You can also follow me over on Instagram as well for more daily tips and updates at Sean Nalawani. And as always, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe below if you haven't already in order to stay updated on future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.